Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fierce battle that's being waged right now over the future of AI. It's a fight for its very soul.
All right, let's just get right into it. AI is pretty much everywhere, right? It's in our jobs, our creative projects, you name it. But, behind all those sleek chat windows and super helpful assistants, there's this huge, invisible war going on over what these tools are actually supposed to be.
And look, this isn't just about picking between different brands or some new feature. No, this is way bigger. It's a clash between two totally different ideas of what AI should even exist for. Is it going to be a trusted tool that helps you, or is it going to be more like an addictive social media feed that's designed to serve its creators? Okay, so let's start with a look inside the world's most famous AI company, OpenAI. Because what's happening there is a perfect window into this whole identity crisis. And trust me, things are getting tense.
So at the very heart of this internal battle, you've got two completely different playbooks. On one side, you have what we can call the Patagonia model. Think subscription-based, built to serve users, not advertisers, and really optimizing for trust. But on the other side, you've got the Meta model. And that's all about maximizing users and engagement, making the product free, and then monetizing it with ads. It's growth at any cost.
And here's where it gets really interesting. A full 1 in 5 employees at OpenAI actually came from Meta. Think about that. That means a huge chunk of their staff is bringing that growth-first playbook with them. And, well, it's causing some serious friction with the company's original, more careful mission. So you can imagine, this has kicked off a major identity crisis. People inside the company are literally asking in surveys if OpenAI is becoming too much like Meta. And get this, teams are now exploring ad-based models, the very same idea that their own leadership once called dystopian. The irony is pretty thick here.
And man, this quote from some of the safety-focused staff really just hits the nail on the head. They're saying, "We became OpenAI specifically to not be Meta." I mean, it doesn't get much clearer than that. These are people who joined to build a responsible alternative to big tech, and now they're worried they're building the very thing they wanted to stop.
The whole situation with Sora, their video generator, is a perfect example of this conflict. The business side's vision, turn it into a kind of AI-powered TikTok. But the safety teams are freaking out, and for good reason. They're picturing a content moderation nightmare. Deepfakes, misinformation everywhere. And worse, they're worried about creating this engagement trap, basically an endless scroll of AI-generated outrage bait. So, you have to ask, why is this happening? What's with all the pressure to grow so fast? Well, let's zoom out a bit and look at the huge economic forces that are fueling this whole AI arms race. Okay, so this whole AI war really comes down to a battle for three things, three incredibly expensive essential resources: compute, data, and talent. And whoever controls these three pillars, well, they pretty much control the future of AI.
So first up is compute. And the costs here are just astronomical. We're talking over $100 million just to train one advanced AI model like GPT-4. When you're spending that kind of money, you can bet there's some serious pressure to make it back, and fast.
And because of those costs, we're now in this massive geopolitical arms race for pure computing power. It's measured in something called exaflops, which is a crazy number. It's a quintillion calculations a second. And as you can see, the US and China are just pouring unbelievable amounts of money into this, all trying to get an edge.
Next up, pillar number 2, data. You've heard the saying, data is the new oil, and in AI, it's absolutely true. These models are basically useless without tons and tons of human-generated stuff to learn from. And this has kicked off this huge legal battle over who actually owns all the stuff we've posted online. You've got companies like Reddit suing AI firms for what they call industrial-scale scraping.
And the final pillar is talent. We're talking about maybe only a few thousand truly elite AI researchers in the entire world. So the fight to hire them is just insane. A fresh PhD graduate from a top school can walk into a starting package of over $1 million. $1 million! This talent war just keeps pushing the cost of everything higher and higher. Okay, so with all this chaos, this arms race happening in the background, what does it mean for you? How can you make smart choices in this crazy new world? Let's zoom back in and talk about a practical strategy.
All right, first things first, and this is probably the most important takeaway. Stop thinking of these things as just chatbots. Think of them as a team of specialized consultants.
right? You wouldn't ask your accountant to write a marketing slogan. It's the same idea. For brainstorming and general stuff, ChatGPT is your go-to. If you've got a massive document to get through, Claude is your guy. Working inside the Google ecosystem, Gemini is a no-brainer. And if you need to check facts and see sources, Perplexity is absolutely the tool for that job.
And before you dive deep into any AI service, especially the free ones, you got to ask yourself 3 essential questions. Just a quick mental check. First, am I the customer here or am I the product? Super important. If it's free, you're probably the product. Second, do I really trust this company with my data? And third, be honest with yourself, is this tool making me better or is it just making me dependent?
Which brings us right back to where we started, to the big question. Because as this technology gets woven into everything we do, we're all playing a part in deciding what it becomes. Are we building a simple utility, something like a light bulb that just works when you need it, or are we building another social media feed designed to grab and hold our attention?
So which future do we want? Really think about it. Do we want AI to be like electricity, kind of boring, totally reliable, and just incredibly useful? Or do we want it to be like social media, always engaging, a little bit addictive, and built to make a profit? This battle for the soul of AI isn't some far-off sci-fi thing. It's happening right now, and the choices being made in these companies today, they're going to define all of our tomorrows.